Spiritual, and we are really glad to have you here live at our Expedito Enlightenment Center. How you doing? It's been an interesting time for us here in South Florida. Our prayers, our energy, we send out into the energy of the Bahamas. We know that things are really rough there, and we send them our love and our light. Those of you who can, make donations at your local donation places, or perhaps you have a few extra dollars that you want to send to assist them. Remember that, especially here in South Florida, that could have been us. So let's, in gratitude and appreciation, let's send out some love and light to all of them there, because we know many of our friends here in South Florida have relatives and others that are there struggling to rebuild and to recoup from the experience that has been very catastrophic for them. So our hearts and love are there. We, of course, were not here last Sunday. We were navigating the winds of change from the hurricane, and it kind of inspired what we are doing today because, well, change is happening all around us. And I think what natural disasters make us do is take a look, notice that anything could change just like that. So where are you in your life? What is it you want to do? Are you resisting change? Are you afraid to change? What would you like to change in your life? How can you make a change? And what is the most important thing you can do right now to shift your consciousness and to shift everything? Now, what I want you to understand is, and I'm going to give this to you, Helena, so you can play with that. I want you to look at where you are, and ideally, what would you like to have? Do you want something different in your life? Do you want a different opportunity? Do you want to live somewhere else? Do you want to have more flexibility, more peace of mind? Are you inundated in responsibilities? Is it time for change? But is change making you feel afraid? not knowing what to expect. We have the unknown, right? So here in this moment, what can we do to shift the consciousness? Here in this moment, what can you do to reposition yourself to create a change for yourself? Singleness of purpose, the idea of what you desire, is really the most important thing you can do. So what does that feel like to you? What does it feel like to have that change? What does it feel like to create something new for yourself? And what would that look like? How different would life be? And sometimes the vast difference that we create ends up being the exact reason why we don't ever get there, because we don't know how to get from here to there. Because what we're noticing is the distance between the 2 points. Especially if you're coming from a place of lack. Especially if you're coming from a place of disease in the body. Especially if you're coming from a relationship that isn't working. Or you're noticing that you're alone and you don't want to be alone, but you just don't know how to get out of being alone. And you're not attracting the right people. So the choice is, well, they're not looking that good. So what are you going to do? First of all, this is the hardest part. We have to forget what we know. Yes, forget everything we know that does not agree with what you want to create. Forget everything that doesn't line up to the exact feeling you want to feel. Literally hit the delete button. That was then and this is now. And then we build the momentum. We're building momentum towards what we want to create. We begin by looking at pictures. That's why creating a vision board can be a wonderful tool. We look at pictures of vacations. Maybe you want to go to Maui. Maybe you want to go to Colorado. Maybe you want to go to Fiji or Thailand. Where do you want to go? The Greek Isles, Rome, France, Paris? Where is it that we want to journey? And as you feel that feeling of a vacation, or feel the feeling of a destination of where you'd like to move, and you see the picture of what that looks like to you, you send a photograph and send it out into the universe, and the universe begins to orchestrate and construct the most beautiful version of what you sent. The visual tool you create and the feeling energy, the frequency around the vision, is what the universe uses to kind of build it all together. It's creating the set, the stage backdrop for your life. There's a song that is so powerful. It's called If. If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? The words will never show the you I've come to know. It's all the energy of words aren't enough. It's the feeling, it's the visual, it's the capturing of the essence of the frequency of what you desire, or the essence and the frequency of who you enjoy being with, and really building upon that. I know there's so many people here that are ready to change. I know there's so many people who want change, and it's not happening. I know there's so many people here who are afraid to change because we don't know what change really brings. And we also don't know, how do we get from here to there? That becomes a hindrance. So we, in this energy of winds of change, we in this realization of life is precious, and you only have one go around in this physical embodiment, and you're creating the outcome. Maybe you didn't create a lot of the aspects of your life knowingly, because you were following the person who's walked before you. You were following and walking a path behind your parents and your grandparents, their way of thinking, their conditionings, their limitations. You were following the path of society. You were following the path of the coworkers. You were trained by your school teachers how to view life. Even in the history books, they gave us the snapshot they felt was important and left out so much information. Well, history, how could you ever encapsulate all the factors of history in a history book, in the first grade, the second grade, the third grade, all the way through our grades? It's impossible. So they gave us what they felt would be most useful. But if we went somewhere else, their history book would have slightly different information. So we aren't getting a well-rounded experience. We are really products of what we've been told is the truth. Oh, I know. I just said something really big. Did you hear me? We are products of what we have been told is the truth. So now we've got to reel back, really reel back, and we've got to identify what is my truth? What is the reality of my world? And how can I see, experience, and develop my world differently? Because I've been following in the patternings that have gone before. And sometimes we have to let go of the past. We have to let it go and walk through the energy and release and know that what we're doing at that moment is the right thing, even though it feels uncomfortable. And I'm going to tell you, everyone, that when you get ready to make a change, a huge change, a big change, a happening change, when you get ready for that, it gets really uncomfortable. And you're going to notice that your friends, they get a little squirrely. They don't know what to do with you. Your family members are like, what is wrong with you? And you'll even see them get maybe angry. A little angst will be in the energy because they just don't know what to do. They're just feeling they're resistant to your change. That's why many people who go on their spiritual journey, like eat, pray, love, you just kind of have to go and step away from everybody and do what you need to do to find your truth, to find yourself, to recognize. Now I hear the chatter, even though it's not in the feed. Okay, Sarah, but how is that going to happen if how am I going to just get up and eat, pray, love when I got to go to work, I got to feed my kids, I got to pay my bills? I understand that. So you have to take the time every day, to sit in the energy of what you want to create. Otherwise, life will hit upon you your own personal tsunami or hurricane to force you to recognize your purpose, your goals, your experiences that are meant to be expressed through you, that you have been disallowing because you've had this singleness of a tunnel vision of what you think you have to do to survive in this world. It is all illusions. So how do you change that programming? How do you open up in your heart and recognize that you have this great power inside of you? You step into the energy of who you know yourself to be in your greatest moments and your less than perfect moments. Step into the energy of all the things that you've experienced, the good, the not so good, and the slightly ugly, and see who you are. Because when you were down, who raised you up? You did. Your angels did. God did. The God inside of you raised you up. So you prove to yourself time and time and time again that you are resourceful and courageous, and you are someone who can overcome anything. But I know a lot of you there are tired. Gosh darn tired. We are tired of being carrying bricks up a mountain and we're nowhere near the top. I understand that. But when you focus on the fact that it is so laborious, it is so overwhelming, easy to do, but when you focus on that, you create more of that energy. So what is holding you back? I ask you in the feed, tell me, what is holding you back from change? What fear, what limitation, what belief, what experience, what condition? What is the limitation that's holding you back? And then say that was then and this is now. And in the moment of now, I choose the me, the I am that I am. I choose to no longer give that illusion, that condition, that circumstance, that happening any more power. I choose to disconnect from that. And I choose to send the universe, to send my angels, to send God the most magnificent snapshot I could ever send them of my life in its most perfect form, with all the aspects of fulfilled living that I desire. And I'm going to break the code of the patterns that have happened before. I'm breaking that code. I'm no longer part of that code. I'm tapping into my own US code, my us God code, my God within me, my power within me, my code that is divine essence, the aspects of the universe that fly through me, resonate within me. I'm going to tap into that code, and I'm going to recognize I've got my human DNA. Thank you for letting me have that original blueprint. But they focus so much on my DNA and my physical strands of uniqueness. No one ever tells you to tap into the spiritual DNA, the essence, the frequency, the astounding light that you are. Change begins when you realize that you're more than your DNA. Change begins when you realize you're more than the way your parents told you you should be, more than the way society has carved out the experiences of life. We're more than that. That doesn't mean we go rogue and don't follow natural laws of society that honor mankind. But I'm talking about beliefs and things that have been indoctrinated. You've got to go to work and work hard and get paid and save your money and pray you're going to be okay, and then you're going to get up and do it again. And money's the root of all evil, or children are seen and not heard, or we're not loved and honored for who we are because we're different or compared. Why can't you be like your sister? Why can't you be like your brother? Oh, look at that person's family. Look how well-rounded they are. What's wrong with us? And people are always looking on the outside, assuming that they know that the outside is spectacular, and they don't know the person's story. They don't know the family's story. They don't know what brought that family to where they appear to be. It's just the outside show. Who are you without the outside show? Do you know? That's who you need to find. That's the real change, that when you make that change, when you make that adjustment, when you tune into that frequency, everything around you changes without you having to force it, without you having to lift a finger. You just show up with an intention, you sent the picture to the universe, and voila, it is all there. So I invite you all to walk with me. I invite you all to be in the energy and to connect and visualize. Friday night, my muses were definitely in the connection. So I do hope you've shared this page, because we're about to debut a new song for you. And it's called Walk With Me. And I invite you all to journey through the energy of this song that was channeled. What you're going to hear is the way it came through. There's no going back and fixing words. It just is what it is. And I invite you to walk and fantasize with me. I invite you to see your life and let go of the past. I invite you to fall in love with you, all of you. Before you go running out and loving someone else, you need to love you, just you. So I invite you to walk with me. We're going to listen to the song. I'd love to see your comments in the feed. I hope you stay with us, because when we come back from the song, whatever your questions are in the feed, you know we're going to get there. We're going to answer questions in this feed tonight. We're going to share this experience, and together we're going to navigate change. So what's holding you up? What's blocking you? And what's the vision that you want to create? Give some thought and consideration to that as you listen to this piece. And then together, let's make some changes. Take a listen, everyone.
I just want to see where
are back here, and will you walk with me? I sure hope you're going to join me here. Thank you for sharing with us on Sunday Funday. I am Sarah Spiritual, if you're just joining. That was our channeled song from Friday night. Spirit just came right through. I thought I was going to bed early. I was like, what? I felt them push, and they're like, oh no, you're going to write a song or two. I'm like, all right. I actually wrote a few songs on Friday night, just popped right through. Then I said, I'm checking out, I'm going to sleep. And we've got, while we were listening to the songs, I was busy. I've got everything here lined up. We have the Archangel Power cards. We've got the Lovers Tarot, who's into love. And I've got the Goddess Tarot. So are you looking for love? Are you looking to change something in your life? Are you looking to create love? Are you looking to release love and find new love? Are you looking to find answers to what comes next for you? And we've got our goddess cards in the house because we want to tap into that feminine energy. Everyone can use a little bit of feminine energy. So we are going to give you a general overview of what's coming up for everyone who's tapped in and tuned in today. I do hope you're sharing the page and that you're sharing this experience with us. We love knowing that you share the page and you're part of this experience. Thank you so much for being a part of our Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe. If you haven't joined our Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe, pop on over to the group, Sarah Spiritual Vibe Tribe. Be sure to answer the questions because that helps us know how you learned about us and for us to know a little bit more about you. And we are welcoming you on my website, sarahspiritual.com. Pop on over. We've got so many products that I create, and that's where you can learn more about the personal sessions that I do for people. Well, enough about all of that. I just had to get that in because I get in trouble from everyone when they say, you didn't promote yourself, you didn't give out the website, you didn't talk about your products. Well, now everyone, I can say, I did it. Will you walk with me? Will you journey down the path? Let's go. We are going to pick from our Angel Tarot cards, our Angel Power Tarot. We're going to pick 5 cards from here. And then we're going to step into our Lovers Tarot cards. And let's see, we are going to take 4 cards from here. And there we go. And then we are going to our Goddess cards, and we are taking 3 cards from our Goddess cards. We will keep the cards handy in case we feel so inclined to pull a card for someone. But those of you who are not familiar with the way I work, I listen to Spirit. Spirit gives me visual, audio information, and from that information I do a lot of channeled writing. That channeled writing allows me to tune in rather quickly, and I give you direct information. So I'm going to lay out these cards for us, and then I'm going to go over them one by one so that we know what we've got going on, and then we are going to answer your questions. So, ooh, yes, we've got a lot going on. So we're going to start with our Goddess cards, and we are bringing a bright, bright future to you all from our Goddess Lakshmi. And Lakshmi is going to bring you this gentle reminder that thou shalt not worry. We don't want to worry. Remember that you have the power to create. So release worry, and Lakshmi, the goddess of that lovely energy of abundance, is going to assist you and protect you. So we've got Goddess Lakshmi. And then we have the goddess of the bodies of water. Oh, I was just talking about the goddess of the river just the other day. So here we have the Sulis, who is the bodies of water. So we've got that goddess, and she says to us, spend time near the water, a lake or a river or even the ocean to recharge your batteries. So for some of you, it's time to get out and go to that ocean and let Mother Nature clear your energy. So those of you who are close to the ocean or a river, go spend that time near the river and enjoy that. And then we have Goddess Isis. She's talking about our past lives. The situation involves your past life memories. So many of you are experiencing past life memories, and they're coming up for a lot of you. You're kind of revisiting things that have some karmic entanglement. So this is an important time for you to notice what you notice and let the past be the past. So we've got our 3 goddess cards, and now we are going to go to, oh, the wonderful lovers cards. And the beautiful lovers cards here, they talk about abundance. We've got beautiful abundance that's coming to the lovers. And I see a very fulfilled, rich lifetime of love for someone coming. So those of you who are manifesting love, we have abundance and light and love in this beautiful card that is from our Lovers Tarot. And then we have a lot of offerings and opportunities coming. So many of you are embarking upon new opportunities, new love, embarking on a new journey of love. Perhaps you have that offering of cup. Maybe some of you are about to get married here on the feed. There is a cup offering of love and joy and connection. So we've got that beautiful energy for love. And then we step into, well, some of you are feeling a little tied up, a little bound right now. And given what's going on the planet and a lot of shifts and changes that have been happening, a lot of people are realizing that they're kind of stuck. And life is not free. And if we don't get out of the trap that we've created for ourselves, the trap is going to continue, and now's the time to break free. So we have the card of the swords here. We have the 8 of Swords. And then we're going to step into the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, yes, indeed. Go ahead, Jerry Maguire. Show me the money, because this is going to be a prosperous time for many of you that choose to set your intention and choose to release things, patterns, ways of spending money, financial holdups, choose to release the things that no longer serve you. You are going to find that the doors open, the windows open, and the money comes flowing in, but you've got to let go of what isn't working for you in order to accomplish what you want. And then we have the Justice card from our Power Tarot. And it's time to fight for what you believe in, time to fight for justice, time to fight for everything that is right for you. Without judging another, you need to know what your truth is. Goes right in alignment with what we talked about. And then we have the 7 of Raphael. We have beautiful healing energy. And as always, we will be doing some healing here on our Sunday Funday. So you be sure to stick around for that healing. So we have Archangel Raphael. Take time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want. Open up your heart to the healing and take action. And a great way to get in tune with that is to detoxify your body. Maybe it's time to do some juicing to cleanse the body. Follow some of the teachings of the medical media. Maybe we need to start drinking some celery juice. Clean up the body. And now we have Archangel Raziel. And Archangel Raziel is here so that you can manifest anything you want. This is the Magician card. And this card is such a powerful card for all of us. Shifting and changing and showing us that we are master magicians and we have the power to make change. You have the magician inside of you. Give it permission to be the light that shines in the creation process. Be open to that. And then we have Archangel Chamuel. It's time to change your life. Archangel Chamuel, that's the love angel. So it's time for you to change your life. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. How many of you are waiting for that break-free moment when you're ready to say, I need to make a change. It's time for a change. I don't know how to change. And then all of a sudden it hits you. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. Well, invite Archangel Chamuel, the unconditional love angel, to help you morph into this inspirational moment so that you can create the change. Because change brings so many new opportunities. So Archangel Chamuel, bring it on. I think everyone here in the feed is game and ready for that. We are so excited. We welcome everyone who's here for the first time. We're just opening up in our general read for everyone, and we've got Archangel Raphael. Again, there's something better waiting for you. I just know that if you choose to not settle, to just ask to have it all and say, I deserve it all. I am worthy. I am the person who is worthy of all of my desires, and everything I desire is already there in the universe, ready to drop down in my open arms, ready for me to feel it and touch it and taste it and experience it. I just need to give myself permission and recognize that I have to heal and choose the fact that I am worthy. I can choose to feel unworthy, or I can embrace my worthiness. I invite you all to embrace your worthiness. So we're going to get to some messages for individuals here, and we are going to connect. And as we connect, I'll be doing some of my automatic writing. Of course, we'll be breaking into a little song because we know that, well, my spirit guides are kind of musical. They kind of like to have a bit of a party. And so we will be working that way as well. So just be open for the ride, because Lord knows it could be anything here today, because the winds of change are upon us. And I think it's such a great, great time for us. And I think we should close with that song, Helena, too. The new song, but I also think we really need to close with the winds of change, because that is so powerful, that song. You know, I have hundreds of songs that Spirit has given me. We never know what they're going to give me.
I think I have Winds of Change on here.
You do, because I think we played it before. So, and Helena's working the feed, so everyone say hi, Helena, and thank her.
Hi,
and
Helena.
Careful not to spam your question. Give us a chance to catch up. She tries to pull them off from the feed and kind of line them up for me.
Yes.
And as she lines them up for me, we kind of pull and we get everyone's question going. I see around everyone now that we've been feeling a little uncomfortable. There's a lot of people here in the feed have been feeling uncomfortable, and they're looking for some insight as to how to step out of the uncomfortability. I know someone was telling me earlier in the feed, I saw someone say, you know, I had a terrible accident. I've been in pain for a year. Will I ever heal? Yes, you will. Pain is a reaction in the physical body, but there's a programming in the mind that can recalibrate how we process the experience in our body, and we have the power to invite the divine healing energy of the angels and God to infuse us with light and to put us in the path of the right medical professionals, the right therapists, the right people who are going to assist you in healing. So we can all heal. We all have that power to heal. Several years ago, when I first moved here to Florida, I actually fell. Those of you who don't know the story, I fell, and they wanted me to have 3 surgeries. So I understand what it feels like to be in pain, but I made a conscious choice to not pick that path. I had enough of a chance to not do it, but they were actually all leaning me towards having the surgery. But there was just enough there for me to just hang my hat on and say, I'm going to focus on this 10% that is normal, and I'm going to create healed energy in my body. And I did. So I believe that when we choose to trust that the universe will assist us, when our angels will assist us, that they will give us everything that we need. And of course, I always had that option. I always had the option to have surgery, always had the option to maybe take some of the medications that they had suggested. But I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel that that was the right choice for me. And I feel that because I surrendered in a very uncomfortable time in my life, and it was pretty uncomfortable on so many levels, in that surrendering, they brought me here to all of you. So you never know that uncomfortable experience, that thing that's, well, uncomfortable and difficult for you to handle, maybe seems a little daunting, overwhelming. That very same experience may be preparing you and setting you up for such an amazing experience in your life. And we just need to surrender and pass through it. So I invite you all, if you're in a difficult time, to just kind of let it go and be open to something different, a different outcome than what it appears, the way it adds up. It adds up to be a certain way, but I really invite you to be open to something else, because then new things begin, and that's how life begins to change for you. How many of you want change? I want to see it in the feed. Thank you so much. So glad to see everybody here. We just love seeing you here. I am Sarah Spiritual, and we're going to get ready to answer some questions. Helena, how are we doing in the questions there?
We are doing well, and I've been really trying to work with everyone, trying to ask more topic and question related, because sometimes people ask, is there any message? There's always a message. So let's get a little more specific in these questions if we can.
Yes, that would be great, because there's always a message, as Helena says. However, sometimes when, and this is what I find, having done this for so many years, that when you say, is there a message, there's a part of you that knows the message you would like to hear or a topic, and you're just kind of hoping the guides and angels just pull it out and bring it to you, and that doesn't mean it cannot happen. But in this environment, because we're flying through so quickly, it's easy for me to go up and go to the angels, to go to my guides and say, hey, what do you have on this topic? And they just drop down a visual, or they give me some words, or they give me a feeling, and I share it with you. And that allows me to kind of zoom into where we want to be and to be the best service to you. Today's topic is winds of change. Are you resisting change? Is there a change you want to make, you don't know how? Are you stuck? Are you stagnant? Where do you want to end up next year, the year after? What is it you want to visualize? What sacred space can we all hold for you so that we can make a shift and a change? That's what we want to hear from you. We want to know, where are you now and what would you like to change? And let's give you the guidance to make the change. Because if you ask the question, and let's get real here. Oh, it's been another year. Am I going to meet someone? You're going to meet a lot of people. Are you going to meet the right person? Well, if you want to make that shift and change, and you tell me I've had a series of 5 bad relationships, Sarah Spiritual, or I see you've had 5 bad relationships, and we're like, well, how am I going to get from here to here? We've got to shift that. So give me the space, the energy. Give me just a little wiggle room to help paint the picture for you of how it can be, because I promise you, if you hitch your wagon to the stars of how they show it to me, it's more likely to happen than not happen. There are people who have walked through my center and they said, I haven't had a job in 2 years, everything's going wrong, and they just blah, right? And we dig through the mess. And then I get that whoosh, that information, and Spirit starts to give me guidance, and I say, okay, go do this. Spirit says this. You're supported in this way. This is going to happen around this time. Look for this, and you're going to be fine. And, well, maybe some of you on the feed have been like, how am I going to be fine, Sarah? It's been a lousy 2 years. I'm like, oh, you'll be fine. And you walk out of this place going, oh, Sarah Spiritual's nuts. And then what happens? 2 days, 3 days, usually not very long, come walking right back in the door and say, I don't know what you did. I don't know what happened, but I got a job. But for that 1 minute in that reading room, this one moment for all of us here, if you could just, come on, if you could just hold on a little to the aspect of what's possible and feel it the way I feel it, and tune into that frequency instead of the story of what we've been experiencing, and then you keep telling yourself and telling your friends and telling someone else and going to a reader and saying, and then that's all we know. But if you can just hitch your wagon to this star, guys, a lot of things can change for you. Because the streets are paved with gold. There are miraculous things waiting for you. But the winds of change can only blow you in that direction if you let go of everything you're holding on. The tree, the bag of bricks, whatever you're holding on to, the people. Some of the people we need to let go of pretty quickly. And just go. Choose to change. And the universe is going to orchestrate a magnificent vision for you. Send the picture to them and let it change. Okay, what we got? What's going on?
Well, it was really cool. Archangel Dre is like, Helena, I see a yellow light around you. And I just so happen to be wearing yellow.
Ah, hello.
And, hold on, wait. My yellow drink.
I know we got yellow
We have
drinks
yellow
here.
drinks today.
We're into yellow. This is our yellow weekend. I don't know why, but it's a yellow weekend. Right, Helena? Right?
And I had to get some pineapple today, which is a yellow fruit.
It's a yellow fruit, right?
Must
and
be connecting to that solar plexus energy in
yes,
the stomach.
That stomach energy, right? That like, I got power, la, 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 right? Who could ask for anything more? I got solar power, right?
Yes.
Look at you. She's all dressed up in yellow. I wore black and white today. I didn't get the memo, dressed in yellow. I just have my yellow drink, so.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes, we are. We're going to start with Miss Renee Kratz.
Oh, Renee. Renee in New Jersey.
Should she stay at the new job or not?
Stay at the new job or not? Yes. No. Stay for just a little bit. There's something else that comes for you. So you can do this job for a little bit. They tell me November. If you can stay at this job to November, I feel like something else will pop up. And it'll either open up for you where you are, or it's going to give you something else. The universe is going to present another opportunity. So they say yes, but no. And so the no means we are not going to stay for long, but stay for now. Don't pull the plug just yet. Something else is percolating, and we need to be a little patient with this. Thank you, Renee, for your question. A lot of change coming for you. Who else do we have?
I want to go to YouTube, but a question just came in from Terry. Which archangel can assist me in developing a creative approach to my new business?
I love that question. The archangel that's going to assist you the best, we have a couple. We have Archangel Gabriel, because Archangel Gabriel is going to inspire a lot of your creativity and give you that content and that information that you need to put out to attract people to your business. And I also see very much so the energy of the Archangel Raziel assisting you with the transformation that is important for you at this time. You're going through a major personal transformation, Terry, and this transformation is going to open you up to new possibilities, new levels of connection, even spiritually, and the angels are fully supporting you in this change. The next 3 months are going to be building block months, so pay attention to opportunities and connections with people and allow those aspects of opportunities to come right in front of you and decide what you want to have with them. All right? Thank you so much, Terry. Make your choices based on your feeling. Ask Archangel Raziel and Archangel Gabriel to assist you in this momentum. Thank you so much.
Next is Sandra Kelly. She says, hi, Sarah. Now that school started, I feel even more alone, especially when my child is in school. Any good news for me?
Well, yes. We're closing out the chapter of loneliness. We're closing out the chapter of not feeling like we have partnership and connection. And you are learning, this is an important time for you, surrender into the feeling of being with you. Surrender into the feeling of loving you. Surrender into the feeling of who you are. And use this quiet time to, rather than acknowledge I feel alone, which is the reality of how you choose to see it, but let's change the channel. Let's move you to, I have 2 hours to myself. What can I focus my intentions on? What can I create in my vision? Make a vision board, do some spiritual reading, download some of my CDs and learn about your connectivity, fantasize, daydream about what your next relationship will be like. Really lose yourself in the envisioning process. And the more you sit and lose yourself in the process, first of all, the faster those hours will go that your little one's in school, and the easier it's going to be for you to be the manifester that brings forth right to yourself everything you desire. So I understand that you recognize the disconnection, but now let's shut that channel. Let's choose to change how we notice our life and pay attention to the fact that you have a clean slate, free time, and an opportunity to do with that time what you will and what can you do to create the life that you desire. You're in a great place. You can choose to notice the emptiness, or you can choose to say, how much love can I put into this vessel that is me, of self-love and appreciation, and how much creativity and visualization can I create around myself to become the magnet of all I desire. It's going to be a good time for you. Good changes are coming. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
Who else? Who else don't we have?
We got a lot of people here in the building.
We got Miss Tammy Trotter next. She says she's having a hard time finding a place to move, so she applied for a Habitat home. Will she get it?
That's a great question. I know we've got a lot of changes coming up for you, Tammy, and we know that financially things have been a little challenging, but it is a good opportunity for you, and I do feel that it's possible that you are actually a good candidate for that. I do not know if there's a wait and how long that wait will be. I know that there are times that things take a little bit of time in the physical world. So no matter what they come back and tell you as far as how long it takes to process paperwork, in the creative process, we're not going to lose ourselves in any limitation or condition or process of actions that need to happen before we can have what we want. I want you to see yourself having everything that you want and having that house come for you. And it is very possible that that can happen for you. So let's see how that paperwork goes. Keep me in this feed. Keep me in the know of all of this, Tammy. But I feel like you'll know better where you stand in this whole process as you come into the end of October of this year. So keep us posted, and we will pray that you have a Habitat home with your name on it. That's the vision I'm sending up to the universal frequency. Who wants to join me in holding that vision so that Tammy can have her Habitat home? We are with you, and so are the angels. Thank you, Tammy. Who else do we have?
Next, we're going to go to Miss Miriam Fig. She's asking, can you please look into my love life? There's a man in her life, and she's not sure where this relationship's going. It's up and down.
Up and down roller coaster. Woo-hoo. All right, so first thing that I'm made aware of is that this man is going through some major changes, and time for him to do some expanding in his personal life as well as his professional life. And I actually see that this gentleman is a little, well, a little moody, a little out of sorts, and I feel like you both kind of feed into each other's energy when we're out of whack. Miriam, this relationship will take you into the next couple of months feeling as if you are on the outside of this man's life looking in. But I will say this, there are great changes that have been going on around him. He has gone through, I'm going to use the word challenging or shifting kind of years in the past 2 years. So these changes that have occurred around him have him not his personal best. So you can choose to watch the show and see where he's going to go with his life, because his life is not laid out, Miriam. It is not figured out. You can choose to watch that show and watch it unfold, but I encourage you, Miriam, to leave yourself open for another relationship to come, because there is greater opportunity coming for you if you choose. Good guy, he does not have his stuff together, and I don't feel like he's as heart-centered as you would love him to be. You'll know more in the next 2 months, so just watch the show, Miriam Fig. It's gonna get interesting. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
Next, I want to go to Sue White. She says, hi, Sarah and Helena. As a healer, I feel I'm being guided towards learning about sound healing, especially using toning and harmonics. Does spirit feel I can be best of service doing this type of healing, or is there another modality I should learn?
Well, I feel like you're very well-rounded in your healing abilities and your learned experiences. And I feel that the harmonics, the sound, and I understand what you feel, Sue, because when I channel those songs, I feel the healing, I feel the energy, I feel spirit moving through me. So it's exhilarating. So it's a great tool to have in your toolbox. And studying the tuning forks and the harmonics behind it all, and any type of sound healing will give you just another frequency, understanding the megahertz associated with the chakras, understanding the energy of healing, and understanding what the frequency is in sound of God. You'll be able to tap in and create God all around. It's a great idea for you to pursue this, and you most certainly will become just an even more well-rounded healer. But I feel like the sound and harmonics is actually going to be your favorite way to go. So ease on down the road, girl, because you got a lot of music coming for you. Thank you, Sue, for following us, and I think I'll see you at our Theo event this weekend on the 14th. So thank you, Sue, for joining us for our Destiny by Design weekend that we're going to have in Deerfield Beach. If you'd like to know more about an upcoming weekend, can you imagine, can you just imagine, if you met 12 archangels? Yeah, right in Deerfield Beach. How's that going to happen? My friend Sheila Gillette, well, 50 years ago, it's 50 years this year, she died and went to heaven. Yeah, near-death experience. Popped on back, and quite a bit of psychic stuff started to happen. And she became the trance medium to channel Theo, known as a consortium of 12 archangels. Theo has been responsible for assisting many people on their spiritual path. And the most magnificent person that we can say Sheila has influenced and opened up would be Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham for the law of attraction. Wouldn't you love the opportunity to spend an all-day event to design your destiny, destiny by design, with me, Sarah Spiritual, Sheila Gillette channeling Theo, and Sheila's wonderful husband Marcus, an all day of Theo's teachings and how to create your destiny and how to calibrate and navigate some of those personal bumps within self, that fragmented aspect of your soul that kind of slows you up from the creation of everything that you want. Have you just been on the brink of something happening and then everything just stopped? Have you felt that even when you were living your best life, there was a little part of you underneath that said, I don't deserve it, I don't know, and in the end, somehow it sabotaged itself or fell apart? Have you ever felt as if you're living a life on a stage, but you're not really feeling joy and love for yourself? This day, September 14th, right here in South Florida, in Deerfield Beach, is the day that can change your life. And I would love to have you join us. We still have a few spots left. It is an intimate experience of spending the day with me, Sarah Spiritual, Sheila Gillette, and Marcus Gillette, and of course the teachings of Theo. So go to my website. There's even still time to book a plane ticket and fly into South Florida and be a part of the experience. Go to sarahspiritual.com/events and check out our Destiny by Design. I would love to have you there. Sue, I'll see you next weekend. Who else do we have here for me?
I'm over here thinking about Theo. I almost forgot to look for another question.
You were. She's hanging with the angels already.
We're going to go to Kimberly Kirkland next. She's had a lot of changes from life and from death and her work. It's been a struggle. She knows she can overcome, but she needs strength from time to time. Any good news on the horizon?
Great news on the horizon. Everything's coming up roses. Here's the thing. Last year, end of 2018, 2017 into 2018, but the very end of 2018, very difficult, almost like you got caught up in your own personal hurricane or tornado, and you're still recovering. You have been wiping the slate clean, new canvas, new whitewashing of the energy all around you. You've been shifting. And as you make these shifts and changes in your vision of what you want, slowly this is all starting to line back up. I understand that you were thrown a curveball and that things are seemingly out of your control. But take a step back and release and surrender, knowing that the endings, be it of life or endings of experiences with people and work, are all happening so that you can have an experience to move yourself forward, understanding who you are and valuing the life that you have and truly being one with the energy of who you've come to be. I really feel that when I take you into February of next year, 2020, it's just a few months away. It'll be here before you know it. I really feel that there's a sense of joy and peace within you, not this erratic up and down feeling and restlessness and insecurity and angst that I see around you now. So when that happens, when you feel those feelings, Kimberly Kirkland, take a breath and say, in the moment of now, I am safe. In the moment of now, I am at peace. In the moment of now, all is aligning in perfect order for me, and so it is. All is aligning in perfect order for me, and so it is. Thank you, Kimberly Kirkland, for your question. Who else do we have here on our page?
Next, we are gonna go to Katia. She says, will there be good news regarding healing from serious disease in the family soon?
There can be. I'd really love to know the family member to give you a little more accurate information, but I will tell you this, that the family member in the family who has this disease, I don't feel like they've come up with all the right solutions to, the word I want to use is to thwart the disease, to slow it down, to kind of hit the pause button here. So there's some work that needs to be done. There's some little bit more expertise that needs to come for the person who's navigating this experience of disease. If you get a chance, Katya, and you can put their birthday in the feed and who they are in the family, that would help me greatly. But I do feel like they're missing another piece of information that will bring you the good news for the healing of the serious disease. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
All right, next we're going to go to, where are we going? Right here. Miss Ellen Diamond. Messages
Ellen.
regarding changes with my relationship with someone.
Someone, let's see. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? You're gonna find somebody to love. Okay, we've got here. All right, he's an interesting kind of guy. Interesting, interesting. He should be working on some stuff for his relationship with himself and for his career. He's going through his changes. And I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of a clash going on, Ellen, or we're not syncing together. I feel like the harshness of his personality at times, the harshness and sometimes the way you see things in a particular way that makes sense. I don't know if everything he's doing makes sense to you, and so there's an instability. I see something about the two of you are not speaking the same language, the right love language between the two of you. So it makes me feel like, Ellen, this relationship has to grow more. We have to communicate more. There's something that has to happen between the two of you so that we can say, yes, it's a go. We're moving forward. And because I feel like we've tapped upon some strong conversations about things that we wanted to have in the relationship, and then there's like a pullback from the big picture of what we want. So there's some inconsistencies in it. So we've got to have conversation a little bit more so that you can see where this is going to take you. That's what we got on that for you, Ellen. I'm on the fence here with this. So what appears to be something's missing in the picture, that's what I'm going to say to you now. Just let some things play out. You'll know more. 3 weeks, they tell me. So the next 3 weeks, you'll have a clearer understanding of the changes that are going on in the relationship and whether it's the right place for you to be. Thank you so much, Ellen. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Lisa Hutchcraft. She says there's so much going on in her life right now. She doesn't know which way to turn. And does Spirit have any advice?
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, she's always had. Okay. You know, Lisa, everything that you say to the heavens, they hear you. Your grandmother hears you. She's aware. If she was your sounding board, is how they show me, you kind of like saying things and her bouncing back information to you, or opinion or wisdom or something. She's very much, her presence is very much around you. I understand that you feel like you're caught up in this crazy turmoil at this time. But what you want to look at is the fact that you're stepping into your personal power right now. And in order to have your personal power, we have to create the change and notice what is no longer working for us and let go of things that aren't working for us, Lisa. So at this minute in time, and I'll take you back to June of this year, and I'm taking you to this moment in time, it's just like everywhere you turn, you were getting hit with problems in finances, hit with things that concern people around you, hit with things having to do with work. Things were just very unstable, and not feeling fulfilled and trusting your own self and your own wisdom and your own heart has been difficult for you because you've always had a sense of what you knew you wanted. And your grandmother was the validator for you. And now that she's not here in the physical world for you, you're concerned she's not hearing you, but she is hearing you and she is with you. And grandma looks like this. She tells me that what, you know, it's that old song, que sera, sera, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. So we've got that whole energy going on. And it's like, just, you deserve it. You deserve better. You deserve things to be easy for you. And you can't get caught up in other people's madness. So I get the sense that Grandma's just holding the space for you to just let things be and do things to honor yourself. Your grandmother would tell you to look out for you and that you deserve to have a great life because you're a magnificent person. And there's a lot of similarities between you and your grandmother. So just embrace who you are and remind yourself that you deserve it all. Thank you, Lisa Hutchcraft, for your question. Thank you. That was a question from Facebook, right?
Yes.
Great. Who else do we have here for us, Helena? How's everyone doing here in the feed? I see Gail. I see Danielle. I've got Lorraine. Let's see who else we got. Brittany Amber's here. Good to see everybody. We got Archangel Dre, my Archangel friend. We got Morgan Light. Hi, Morgan Light. Good to see you. Good to have everybody here. Helena's loading up my questions. What do you have for me, honey?
I got Miss Stephanie Irene. She says she's trying to learn how to connect with her spiritual side and open up and learn about pendulums and stones. Any message on this for her?
Great. Work with the archangels and work with your pendulum. Your pendulum is a portal of energy that opens up and allows the spirit guides and the angels to communicate with you. Helena, you want to grab us a pendulum?
Yes.
We'll do a little show and tell right here on Sarah Spiritual. Let's work with those pendulums. And we have crystals here, and the crystals that we use here are, we have some beautiful crystals, but I love this clear quartz crystal, and it's this beautiful raw clear quartz that forms and it has its beautiful points. And like, this is so great for focusing and for you to have clarity and to clear the energy around you. And this is a powerful tool when connecting to your guides and your angels. And for many of us, it can be a focal point. You just simply focus on one of the inclusions in the crystal and just let your mind wander in that inclusion, then see what you see. You might see colors, you might see faces, you might have an impression or a feeling. It's powerful, powerful. And then we have this wonderful fluorite here. We have this beautiful point of fluorite, green fluorite. I love this. And this has such a powerful energy of clearing and transformation, and brings in this energy of light and love and abundance and transformation. It holds so many properties here. And if you notice the shifts in the color, and it kind of forms up into this little violet energy at the top, which to me I think is so appropriate. And then we have here our angel stone. I love this stone because this brings your angels to you. This stone has such powerful energy. It is the stone that talks to the angels. So if you want to bring your angels close, just surround yourself with celestite. Is a powerful stone to have around you. We of course have amethyst here. We love stones. So you asked the right question. But let's talk to our pendulum. So Stephanie, this is such a powerful tool. This is a black hematite pendulum, and I love this pendulum. We have this available here at the center. Oh my goodness. We have so many goodies here. We have to take you all on a tour. Who wants to come on a tour? We should do a virtual tour of the center. Helena, can we film a virtual tour for everybody?
I think so.
Can we do it live? Would you guys like a virtual tour day one day? The inner workings of creations of products at Sarah Spiritual, the inner workings of the reading room, the inner workings of the healing room, and all the goodies we have here. Could you imagine? Okay, back to pendulum talk. So the best way to connect with your pendulum is to ask your pendulum what is a yes and what is a no. And we have to clear space. So before we call in any spirits, everyone, are you listening? We need to seal up, heal up, surround ourselves with a tube of light. Ask the angels to be present. We ask for Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, and of course, let's not forget the big guy, Archangel Michael, to stand there and protect us. We must ask for the angels to cover our four corners, and we must ask to be sealed in a beautiful white light so nothing other than God's grace and energy, God's protection can come through. That is the only energy, only the messages for the highest good. And then you ask your pendulum to show you a yes. And mine likes to go to the right. And you ask your pendulum to show you a no. Mine likes to go to the left. I think people are calling. They're calling for the virtual tour. Ah, I hear a phone. And then here we go. We need to answer the phone, Helena. We never know who it is. Let's see who's on the phone. We're going to take a live call from here. It's probably someone leaving a message.
Watch it.
Hurry up before it goes on voicemail.
I don't
Hurry,
even know where
push
it
the
is.
button. Follow the ring.
Donald Langdon.
Oh, we can't answer that. Okay. Hello? Who's this? I am live on Facebook. Who am I talking to? Wait, hold on. Hello?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, go again. I'll send you a text.
Oh, you're going to send me a text? Are you calling about the event, or are you calling to book a soul integration?
Yes, and that, and yes. Yes and yes, but that I'm going to do later, but I wanted to do the soul integration before.
I know. Well, that was the hurricane, so thank the hurricane for that.
But, okay.
Well, thank you so much for calling. Hi, everyone.
Have fun.
One of my customers live here on Facebook. All right, honey, thank you so much.
I'm in LA right now. So
You're in LA?
I was going to leave you a message. Tony said it was closed, so I just called.
Okay, great. Well, send me a text, and I'll take care of it on my end. Thank you.
All right, honey.
All right.
Lots of love.
Love to you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
That's how you know for sure we're live.
She's actually a TV star, but I'm not allowed to say who she is. Oh, my goodness. She is, right? Remember?
She is.
She is a TV star. I love this job. How's that for a virtual tour? I'm like talking in my phone like, hello? Is anybody there? All right, see what you started, Stephanie? So anyway, so this is using a pendulum is very powerful, but you want to make sure that you clear the energy and have all of your energy clear and make sure that you have only the best and highest spirits. So it's a good thing to practice. I do believe if you go to sarahspiritual.com, download my pendulum class, download my candle work class. We've got so many classes. You can learn a lot. I think it's only $9.99. Imagine being able to sit in a class I taught before, even though you weren't taking it at the live time, and learn everything you need to know. I put all that there for a reason. I really believe in teaching and empowering everybody. So who else do we have here?
Next, I want to go to Nikki Kennedy.
Nikki.
She says, is there any advice for which career path to take?
You know, Nikki, the first thing that I see here is that, interesting, you're really good with people, but I actually feel that you work well by yourself. So you're good with people, you work well by yourself, and I'm seeing this here. I don't know, I see you working and organizing things, directing things. Nikki, give me the choice you have, because I can apply it to so many careers. It's really hard for me to pinpoint it. But Nikki, I see you directing, organizing, managing. I feel like you have to, you do well when you kind of plan behind the scenes, and then you go out and you tell people what they need to do. So I can apply that to so many different jobs. I don't know, Nikki, if I see you in the healthcare industry, like in nursing and things. I'm not feeling that that's going to sit well with you in the end. So give me some feedback in the feed, Nikki, and we'll pick it up from there. Okay, Helena? Look for a response from Nikki for me. Who else do we have here?
Next. I want to go to Miss Audie here.
Yes, Miss Audie. Miss Audie sent me a message on Facebook. Thank you. I'm glad we're able to connect with her.
So she would like to know if she has any upcoming blessings. She's been having some financial hardships and wondering if she's going to be able to afford a place.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of look at where Audie is Audie's going through major transformation. Every area in Audie's life seems out of sorts. She's battling some health issues. She's got some difficulty in her finances. She's having difficulty in finding the right place to live. She's having difficulty sleeping. So this makes me feel as if not only has life thrown some curveballs that she's not prepared to handle, and she doesn't know how to figure her way out specifically. You know, she is a young adult So some of life's curves are kind of throwing her out of sorts. But what I see is that there's also a lot of energy that you've picked up, Audi, because you are kind of like an empath. You've picked up a lot of other people's energy, and you kind of got mixed up with people who have some low vibes. And we really need, especially with the sleep, we really want to clear your energy and clean it. So Audi, we're going to tell you some solutions in a private message on Facebook so that you know what I suggest you to do to shift yourself. You will be able to afford a new place and have your own place. There are plenty of upcoming blessings coming for you. Next year, 2020, lands you a strong foundation in work, because I don't feel like you've had good luck in work and being able to consistently show up for work. I feel like we maybe missed a lot of work. I'm also feeling a lot of inflammation, discomfort in the physical body, and I actually feel almost like every day you feel achy, almost like you have the flu. So these are things that are physical, but I also get some sense of something spiritual that we can shift in the energy to make you feel better. So Audi, thank you so much for your Facebook question, and we'll make some suggestions in a message. Thank you. Who else do we have?
We got some little more information from Nikki. She said she was wondering about teaching English as a second language.
That would be a good career for you, because you do well in the planning stages of figuring out the lesson plan, because you work well by yourself, and then you bring it out and you kind of tell people what to do, or you teach people, or you organize, or you direct. So that would be a good fit for you, and I think you would enjoy that, because it would allow you to have, I think that will give you some flexibility. I don't know what platform you want to use to teach English as a second language, but if it's one of those online programs, that could be very powerful for you and give you a really good sense of fulfillment. And then they may even have an opportunity for you to travel to a different location and teach, and that will give you some opportunity to travel and create change. And there's no better time than creating some change for yourself at this juncture in your personal life based on your energy than now, my dear. So Nikki Kennedy, go ahead. That sounds like a great thing to do. Thank you so much. Who else do we have here?
I also got another follow-up from Katia with the facing the life-threatening disease. It was her husband. We also got a little birth date there.
Okay, let me see here. All right, so the first thing that I see here for him, yeah, I'm still holding into, we've got to get a bit of a treatment. There's some, I don't know if it has something to do with his blood, but they're showing me something in his blood. So I feel like we have to do, there's some treatment or something that have to give him intravenously. There's something that has to happen for him in these next 2 months. But I do feel like they can come up with a resolution and hit the pause button. Katia, be sure to hit me up in the messenger. I'll give you some other suggestions spiritually and some prayer information to bring in healing. And that also reminds me that we will do a healing, everyone, here tonight. So stay with us for that. Who else is with us here on Facebook?
I want to go to Jan Orsini. She's asking, is my living situation safe? Do I need to worry?
Well, Miss Jeannie Orsini, I can tell you that you are safe. However, that's because you're being protected by your angels. I feel as if the circle of people around you, there's instability. So set an intention and say to yourself, I am safe, I am protected by the angels. And in the moment of now, I'm creating a new opportunity, a new place to live where I feel more at ease and in alignment with divine universal peace and love. Because there's not a sense of peace and love there. It seems a little volatile to me. So time to make a change. But are you safe? Yes. But just use your wisdom and your guidance. Follow your intuition and make a change when you can. And just follow your intuition on this one. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. All right, we're going to get ready to do some healing. Who else has a question for us before we go off to healing?
Yeah, I do have one more. I wanted to go to YouTube really quick. We have Fran McMullen. She's very concerned about a lab test and biopsy that's coming up. Do the spirits and angels have anything for her about health?
Fran, I feel like there's something that needs to be looked at, something they have to address, and the test and the biopsy, there will be a favorable outcome, but I feel like there's some procedure or something that would be best to have happen to help you stay in this better health that is necessary for you. The angels and the guides are with you. Ask Archangel Raphael to bring you healing. And I feel as if you've been a little out of sorts and unsettled, and your rest hasn't been right, not just because of this, but because of a lot of changes going on around you. So, Fran, you will be fine. Just allow this to unfold, and there may be a secondary procedure that will guarantee that things can stay healthy for you moving forward. Thank you, Fran, for your Facebook question. How's everyone doing here on Facebook? Are we navigating this energy of change? How's everybody doing? You know, I see Dory Dees is saying here on the Facebook feed, would like to know if a long-distance relationship with a person is worth investing my time with. And let me see here. You know, Dory, the way I see this energy is it's worth getting to know him, and he will show you who he is a little bit more as you kind of drill down in some of the experience. It's not even just about the intention, Dory. It is really about is there a good synergy and match for the two of you? And you will not know that until he shows you, until he puts his best foot forward and shows you who he is. So it's going to take a little time for you to understand this, but it's definitely worth investing some time getting to know him. It is, because he's entertaining, and I feel like there's an aspect of him that's good for you at this time, Dory. So don't run away from that. Don't run away from that. Hello from the UK. Thank you so much. We're going to do some healing because I see a lot of people have some issues in their health. Kim is talking about her stomach energy being off. So we've got a lot of people doing some things to heal themselves, and we want to assist you in the healing as well. So let's see what we've got going on here. Everyone take a nice breath. And we're going to summon the angels. We're going to ask for Archangel Michael to step forward. I'm going to ask for the presence of Archangel Raphael, the healing angel. I'm going to ask for the presence of Archangel Uriel for enlightenment. And Archangel Gabriel for messages of divine light and energy and clearing. And we're going to open up the energy for divine healing, and we're going to ask everyone to just take a nice breath. We're going to breathe in the breath of life. Breathe in the breath of life, and let's open up ourselves to divine energy. Take a nice breath. And in the feed, go ahead and type I am. And in the feed, type I am divine. I am divine. I am divine. Because when you are in divine energy, you are in alignment with healing. And the energy can flow through you with ease and grace. And we're going to bring in the energy. We're going to open up the energy. I'm going to hold the space for everyone. Breathing in the breath of life. We're going to open up to the sounds of healing. I am grace. I am open to the light. Fill my body now. I am. Fuel the energy. Fill me with your love. I am. I am love. I am light. Fill me with the grace. Fill me with the peace. Fill my heart with love. I am one with all there is to know. I am the one I am, in oneness with the universal flow. I am filled with the light, fueling all my heart's desires on this very night. I am one here and now. Here I am, one with light. Fill my heart with love. Infuse my cells with love and light. I am. Oh, great Creator, open up my path, clear the way, take it all right here and now. I surrender, I am. I surrender the fears, I surrender the worry, I surrender the hurt and the pain, the anger and the angst. I am one with all there is. I am. I am. With all there is, I am one, you are one, we are one with the light. I am divine. I am. Feel the energy. Feel your heart open. Take this moment to release anything that no longer serves you. Just let it go. In the moment of now, you are aligned with divine light and peace, love and grace. Nothing can stop, block, or disrupt your flow. You are one with the divine universal flow, the energy that fuels the galaxies. You have the force of the Creator behind you. You are one. And that, everyone, was an example of a spirit-channeled song. We just gave you that. Spirit just made it up just for all of you. Seems to be something that many of you needed here. So we're really grateful. that we're able to spend this time together on our Sunday Funday. I'm so appreciative of all of you. It's been quite the journey. And I do hope that this work that we do here at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, that it offers you the guidance and the love that you need. And we hope that you continue to follow the radio show every Wednesday night from 5 to 8 p.m., live here on Facebook, live on YouTube, hear it live on national radio. You can listen to an iHeartRadio if you're not here local in South Florida. But here in South Florida, tune in to WWNN. iHeartRadio, look up WWNN. Catch me on Facebook, catch me on YouTube. I hope you're following the page. I hope you're sharing the page. And I hope you share love. And to our friends in the Bahamas, we send you love and healing. May the angels rise you up higher than you've ever been. May you always stand community, united, strong. May you know that the power of God is the only power that there is. And we send you our energy of love and healing so that this too shall pass quickly and you will navigate it, well, as easily as possible in the human realms. And we know that God will raise you up. No matter where you are on your journey, everyone, no matter what changes you're looking to create, no matter what you need to release, no, you're never journeying alone. Your angels, your guides, the ascended masters, your loved ones on the other side, they're cheering you on. They are our biggest cheerleaders, and they know you can do it because they know what you're made of. They don't just know your DNA code. They know your universal soul code. And that soul code inside of you, that magnificence, that uniqueness, they know you can do it. So wake up tomorrow and say, I am. I am a being that can do anything. Love and light flows through me and from me. And I give love easily because I am divine. And the force of love that has created this entire universe is the force of energy that fuels all of my desires. So I am. I am grateful. I am appreciative. I am open. I am receptive. Look out, world. Here I come. Well, everyone, we're going to close up our Sunday Funday. Thanks to Helena for assisting us here today, coming in on her day off. Together we spend our day off with all of you so that we can help each other. Share the page, share the light, share the love. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday Funday. And wow, we're approaching the middle of September. So as we navigate the winds of change, remember, live in the moment. The moment of now is what you have. Feel the joy, feel the light, feel the love, and remember to say, I am. And for now, good night, and I am Sarah Spiritual.
But I can't see through the rain. I seem to have lost my way. I thought I knew what I wanted, but I can't see now which way I should go. And I don't know how to come out from the rain. I thought I knew who you were, but I guess I didn't see it clearly. Everything got caught up in the clouds, and somehow I lost my way. The winds winds of change are here upon me now, and I don't know which way I should go. The time has come for me to realize that now is the time that I have and that won't come again. I'm looking inside, and I don't see a place for me. I can't find my way anymore. So when I say goodbye, I hope you remember me, 'cause I will remember you. The winds of change are here upon us now. We don't have the answers we need. Where shall we go? The time is gone and I don't know how to find my way. So when you walk